know this video is a little bit late, but I'm just going to give my thoughts here. Peter Capaldi has announced that at the end of 2017 he is due to step down as the Doctor. And I'll be honest, I'm okay with that. I mean, he was a very good actor, he was a very good Doctor, and I'll admit I did like him. I think, he'd stayed in the role about as long as I expected him to, so yeah, around 3 or 4 years, that's kind of what I expected him to do. I mean, one of the things they made a big deal of at the start was that he was the same age that William Hartnell was when he took the role of the first Doctor, and while Capaldi is presumably in considerably better health than Hartnell was when he left, I expect him to last about as long, 3 or 4 years. I mean, it would be nice if Capaldi stayed longer, but I'm not going to push him for more episodes. I mean, Capaldi has already given us some brilliant moments, and he's probably set to give us some more in his last year, but let's be honest, when he first popped up, when his angry eyebrows first popped up in The Day of the Doctor, I don't think there was a geek around the world who didn't shriek with delight at that. Just those angry eyebrows, just right there, right then, you knew he was going to be good. And over time, he has given us some great moments in the show, such as his speech in Flatline. I really tried to reach out. I tried to understand you, but I think that you understand us perfectly. I think you just don't care. I don't know whether you are here to invade, infiltrate, or just replace us. I don't suppose it really matters now. You're monsters! That is the role you seem determined to play, so it seems that I must play mine. The man that stops the monsters. I mean, that speech alone, well, I admit Flatline isn't one of my favourite episodes. That speech, that is brilliant. And so the very next year he did pretty much the same with the Zygon inversion speech. Considering what happened around the time of that episode, that speech suddenly became a whole lot more relevant, and I'll admit that's a really good one. So yeah, I mean, the actor that frankly I expected to last a lot longer than he did was Matt Smith. Which, one of the things they made a big deal of when he came in was that he was the youngest actor ever to play the Doctor, so I thought he'd probably go for a lot longer, maybe even try and compete with Tom Baker's record. But he like Capaldi, he stayed around for 3 or 4 years before moving on. I mean, sometimes actors do have to give up certain roles in order to pursue others. I mean, while some people may not consider it good, Smith went off and played a role of a Terminator in Terminator Genisys. David Tennant, David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston, and Karen Gillan all went off to get roles in the MCU, playing Kilgrave, Malekith, and Nebula. Arthur Darvill went off and did Legends of Tomorrow. So, yeah, some of the best work, some very good work from actors can come after they've done with something like Doctor Who. So, I mean, yeah, I do wish Capaldi, wouldn't mind if Capaldi had chosen to stick around a little bit longer, but if he thinks it's time to bow out and hand the TARDIS key over to someone else, I'm not going to complain about that. He gave us some very good episodes. Some of my favourites from his time were Robot of Sherwood. I personally think that's a lot of fun, especially with Tom Riley and Ben Miller in the role of Robin and the Sheriff of Nottingham. Just seeing those two battle against each other, that's just tremendous fun to see. Another one of my favourites from Series 8 was Time Heist with Keeley... something, I can't remember the name now, but Keeley Halls? Something like that. But anyway, that episode, like Robot of Sherwood, Time Heist is just a joy to watch. Just to see the Doctor interacting with Clara, Sai, and Sabra, and even Miss Delphox, just in trying to get through the crazy world of Carabraxos. the Bank of Carabrexus. He gave us some brilliant. He brought back classic monsters such as the Clockwork Droids, the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Master, well, Missy, and even fought off against the Zygons, whilst also bringing us some new monsters such as the Maya and the Foretold, Maisie even, no, not Maisie, Ishilda, or as she let go on to call herself, Me. So, yeah, I mean, he's given us another great part of Doctor Who history, and I think we should applaud him for that. He's got one more year to go. They've finally got some good stuff lined up. So, like, supposedly, maybe Michelle Gomez might be coming back for another go at Missy. They've got supposedly a story involving Ice Warriors in there, which should be fun, and presumably we'll get Daleks in there, as we saw with the clip introducing Paul Mackey. So, a lot of good stuff coming up in Peter Capaldi's final year, so let's hail him in. I won't go into who I think should replace him. I mean, if I had my way, I would probably cast David Thewlis, because I think he'd make a pretty good Doctor, but well, we gotta have faith in the BBC. There's only one actor who was ever fired from the role, Colin Baker, in the 1980s, but we've got to have faith that their record will contain itself and maintain itself, and that we'll get a good actor to take over from Peter. So, yeah, I mean, as I've said multiple times throughout this video, I think Peter was a brilliant Doctor, and I can't wait to see who they'll replace him with, and wish him the best of luck with his career. Anyway, see ya.